Here we are, live from Arizona, USA. It's the favorite time of your week because it's Mondays with Bev and Paul. And hi, everybody. My name's Paul.
Good morning, this is Bev.
I was just sort of preparing us for the show today.
Right.
So it's time for everybody to huddle up. Huddle up. Here we're going to
Ooh.
talk about huddling up today. BioTouch is in our collective spirit. Time to huddle up. So
Yep.
we'll talk about that in a moment, but we like to start out the shows now with the who's in the middle of our dream catcher. And
Yeah.
this week we have a wonderful one of our certified practitioners in Turkey. This is Denise Gorin. However, I
Yes.
hope I'm pronouncing it right. And she's in Turkey. She's one of our certified practitioners, and we're grateful to have her in the center of the dream catcher.
How lovely.
Yes, the Dreamcatcher, made with the inspiration of Lorraine Mills, sits in our center. It's 4 feet in diameter, has things from all over the country and some things around the world. And if you've never seen a Dreamcatcher, I don't know, I don't have just a picture of it by itself, but there it is. If you'd like to be in the Dreamcatcher and get the juju and the juice from everybody, send us a picture, send us your name, and we'll put you in the Dreamcatcher one of these weeks. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, it's fun to do that.
I know.
All right, here we go. So, as usual, my once a year football fan, I was watching the Super Bowl because, I always like to see what's trying to be put into my brain, into the
Right.
global brain. And it started out, if clicked in, luckily I got in a few minutes before the pregame, and there was a little pre-show taping by Brad Pitt. And you watched it too. I sent it to you.
Yep.
And it was really quite interesting because
Quite
especially when he
interesting.
came to the time where he says, "Today we come together. The huddle is not alone but together. It is in our collective spirit. Not in easiest of times, but in our hardest. It is in our collective spirit." And when I thought of that, I immediately thought of BioTouch
Yep.
and the huddle. And what does that mean? And how does BioTouch relate to this whole idea of the huddle, that he was talking about? So as we
Yeah.
say, it's time to huddle up, world. Huddle up. Come
I
together.
well, I said before, that's kind of a weird word, isn't it, Huddle? But, but the symbology of it is pretty amazing. Okay, it's like coming together for one purpose. Okay,
Yes.
because I mean, when we think about a huddle, we always think about sports or something, so that's fine. But the word itself, when you really start thinking about it and what that word means in sports, it's like, oh my gosh, a whole team with the same mindset, the same goal, the same purpose, coming together in a shared experience that they're going to have. And they're in agreement. They talk a specific language or whatever.
Right.
Biotouch is a specific language.
Yes.
It's a language, right?
Yes.
Language of love,
Index and middle finger of each hand.
the
Yep.
language of love. So I was thinking when we were talking earlier, well, you mentioned something very wonderful. When two or three come together, they're in a
Yes.
huddle. Well, this is why biotouch is so important to practice with another person because doggone it, it brings us into the presence of another human being, not isolated, but not separated, but practicing something, love together.
Yeah.
I mean, wow, what a huddle that is.
That's why I liked it when it said it's the collective spirit.
Yes.
It's a collective. It's community, community.
Yes.
These you can take these words and really build on them.
Find the root.
Yes, which is really, truthfully, the only reason I got involved with BioTouch way back 35 some odd years ago.
Right.
and I tried to build community. I'd done, dropped out of the society, lived on the land with a community, lived in a
Yep.
house with 18 people, was always living in community. And when I found BioTouch, it was sort of like, wow, you mean to tell me that that index and middle finger can reach around the globe? It can bring community of a
Yes, a
global nature
global
together.
community.
Yes,
Yes,
regardless of belief, regardless of language, regardless of philosophy, or where, it doesn't matter whether you watch the Super Bowl or you sit in meditation with your legs crossed for the 3 or 4 hours that
right.
was.
Yeah.
We're all humans. We all have a different path. We all have a different belief. We're all here to learn something different in this great show called life. As I
Mhm.
say, we're all bozos on the same boat, though. And so
Uh,
BioTouch, as you said, lets us come into that huddle, with another human being. This is not self-healing.
right.
You don't do this on yourself. You don't do this by yourself. We've got enough
No.
of that isolation
Yeah,
going on.
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, it was interesting. One of the words that caught my attention when Brad was talking is this great experiment
Right.
that humanity is going through. We can call it life, we can call it, our daily living, but it's an experiment and an experience. And finally, an expression. What are we here to express? We're here to gather together, to serve each other and this planet. Gary Schwartz said exactly that in our book,
Yeah.
in the preface of our book. BioTouch helps us to come together one on one, but it also falls out and serves each other and the planet, the livingness, the experiment, the experience that we're having here. It has global impact. That's what you and I and this board of this amazing foundation are working to make happen. And all those fantastic souls, the certified practitioners around the world in all these countries that are also bringing this message in their communities of love and healing,
Yeah.
because we heal in love. We
And
heal
the
in love.
and the nice thing in that is it doesn't matter the language that you use. I mean, we say love, but who knows what that is in
What that
German or
is.
Turkish or Armenian or Hebrew or
Egyptian.
whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, it all the common language is those two fingers.
That's what I
You
was
know,
saying, the language of biotouch.
it's incredible. And when you reach out and touch someone to do the greeting, again, the greeting, you take the two fingers of your dominant hand, touch another human being just below the breastbone, feel that bone there, just below the breastbone, in that soft tissue, and you hold and touch that lightly for 6 to 8 seconds, and you touch like a butterfly, the
Yeah,
loving touch of a butterfly on you. And you hold that for 6 to 8 seconds, and you take that same dominant hand, and if you feel it behind your neck and you lean your head forward, there's a big bone that pops out, and you go just to the left of that about an inch to an inch and a half, and hold that for 6 to 8 seconds. And then you just take the two fingers of each hand and touch wherever there's pain. You don't even need to know the plays, the
right.
game plan. You
Oh,
know,
look at you.
just go to where the pain is for right now,
Yeah,
and you're going to have an
yeah,
effect. You're going to relieve that other person from a little bit of suffering.
right. Oh, so powerful.
Yes.
Well, and you know what? Our vision statement,
Yep. Let's show it here.
let's show it
Here it
because
is.
it says it all.
Our vision: to encourage all people to take responsibility for their own health care, empower them to assist others, and create a community of people
Mhm, mhm.
worldwide dedicated to service, self awareness, and recognizing the equality of all humanity, thus forming a chain which shall go on indefinitely.
That one word is what I think what we're all the community called humanity, this is what we are all, whether we think so or not. Everything that's happening is to drive us towards one goal. It's called equality.
Yeah.
Inequality. And we have said this more than once. That is one of the magical things about BioTouch. When you practice it with another person, it brings you into a state of pure equalization, a true relationship. One person giving as much as the other receives, and vice versa, because both people in that relationship of healing are going to get what they need
Yes.
without any, you know, no drama or
No,
pretense
nothing.
or
You don't need nothing. You just need to be a human being. That's it.
yeah, yeah,
It's
that's it.
the old be ye as little children. And we talked
Yes,
about that last week, a couple weeks ago. There's no
yes,
thought involved with it. There's no,
right.
and people are worried about, oh,
Thank
what if I
God.
make a mistake or they pull out the manual? You can't make a mistake. If you get that greeting done, the healing has started. And it's interesting when I was thinking about that chain that shall go on indefinitely. I pictured the huddle, right? You get in the huddle, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden you open the huddle and you go to the front line, right? And here's the chain that goes on indefinitely.
Oh,
You huddle up with another human being,
yeah.
and the chain goes on indefinitely. It's
Well,
magical.
it is. And, there's a thought, an ancient thought that says, well, this is why one of the laws were given, do unto others, right? But every time, it doesn't matter if there's just two or three, whatever that huddle is about is going to ripple out into every other person on this planet. Because why? We've said it a million times. We are connected at the deepest parts of ourselves. We are not separated, never have been. The big lie. And
Right.
so when two or three come together, depending on, you know, what's present and what the goal is, it's going to ripple out into all of us. That's a scary thought right there. If you think about it.
Yeah, scary and powerful. That's
And
what we're trying to do, and that's why we have classes. That's it does. If you have two people, we're here to make it available to all of you. You can take a class, you can get the manual, the playbook. We'll call it the playbook now for
oh,
today.
oh, you're just getting too much here.
Huddle up with the playbook.
The playbook.
And
I love it.
call Coach Bev, and she'll come.
Right.
Or the manager, Paul, the manager and coach.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
But you take that playbook, you take that manual that we have. It's in a PDF version. You don't even need the hard copy. You download it onto your computer. You put it onto your phone. You put it onto your tablet. You just read where the points are, very explained with very simple language, big bones, notches, and bumps. You don't have to know
Language you can
anatomy.
understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And then you click on a little link and it takes you to a video. Some people say they're old videos. I say they're what's the word? They're not old. They're vintage. They're
They're
vintage
vintage
video.
and they get the job done.
Yeah, they're vintage. Somebody said, "Oh, those look very old," and I'm thinking, well, they're over 25 years old, and if a car is over 25 years
It's
old,
a
it's a
vintage.
vintage vehicle.
Absolutely.
so,
Yes. Yes.
so our manual is vintage.
Vintage.
So,
Yes.
I mean, black and white's in again. The black and white photos are in.
Hey.
So our whole manual's in black and white. So anyhow, you take that and you can just learn it on your own. You click on the link, it takes you to a video, you do the points, you follow. You can't do it wrong. You can't make a mistake. You can't create dis-ease. You
Nope.
can't hurt anybody. The
Can't
body
get
won't.
anything.
You can't get, yeah, that's a good one. You can't get people's stuff, so you don't have to worry about protecting yourself. You just do the points, and that's the playbook, and that is, what we need to do as a global community now,
Yeah.
because it's easy to learn. Our little phrase, easy to learn. It's simple to use, and has profound results. I can't even tell you the incredible results that we've
Oh my
had over
gosh.
the years.
Our testimonials, oh my goodness.
If you want
Yeah.
some of those testimonials, you go to our website. There's a whole link right in the middle, testimonials, and then you can go, you can listen to other interviews, you can listen to YouTubes. I mean, there's decades of information on that
Yeah.
website. And if you need more, just contact us and we'll help you. We'll help you feel confident that you too can practice BioTouch. You're part of the team, folks. This is a
Let's
global
huddle
team.
up.
Huddle up. It's a global team, you know, and it doesn't matter what's happening in the global community. We all know that a lot of people are in stress, and we're trying to find how to deal with the chaos and the judgments and the so-called separation. There is
Hmm.
no separation, folks. We're
Nope.
all on this boat together,
Yep.
and BioTouch helps us be at peace with the chaos. That's the game plan.
Yes, it brings us into that presence of peace. I love that. Yeah.
So another way to learn it is we have up on our website health conditions, numerous health conditions that you can learn, and just have 2 or 3 sets. We show we have a speaker, and then we have a teaching of some points, and then we have another one coming up this couple of weeks. It's going to be on lymphedema and lymphatic health. That's with
That's a good one.
Hillary Gooden. It's
Yep.
already been taped. So join us for that one. That'll be the 27th. We run those at 6 p.m., but you can also download them at any time you want. You can go to justtouch.com/lymphatic health or something like that. Just go up under the health conditions.
Just go to the health condition.
It's up there somewhere. There's over like 70 or 80
I
health
know.
conditions we've done.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
well, so we've huddled up.
Yep.
Time to get to the game, folks.
Time to win that game.
Win that game. There are no losers in this game.
Is that the goalpost?
Yeah, there you go. The goalpost. Bingo. Get right into the goalpost. No losers. Everybody's a winner.
Everybody's a
Please
winner.
practice
Yep.
BioTouch. We'll see you all here next week.
Have
Thanks,
a great
Bev.
week. Thanks, Paul.
If pain has got you down and you live in town, take a trip down to Pima Street. The people down there are people who care. They will get you back on your feet. Put love into action. Put love into action. If you ever want to have any real satisfaction, choose love while you still can. Don't even try to understand the healing grace in your own hands. Put love into action. I know you have heard these beautiful words. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Using BioTouch will help you so much. You'll never need anything else. Put love into action. Put love into action. If you ever want to have any real satisfaction, choose love while you still can. Don't even try to understand the healing grace in your own hands. Put love into action.